Hello, everybody. It is 11 something at night.
It's not.
It's pretty late.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. Okay. I've been working on this spreadsheet to share with you guys. It's just the trade tracking spreadsheet that I use, and I've sort of made some adjustments to make it usable for everybody. And I think it's going to be really helpful to you. I was going to post it tomorrow.
Like next week or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And then Gemma forced me.
No, well, he showed me. And when he showed me tonight, I just got so excited. And I was like, nah, we can't even wait till next week. We have to do a video on it tonight so we can have it out for them tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I just think once you see this, you'll understand why I was so excited about it. I just feel like it's going to be a really, really helpful tool for all of you guys to utilize and know your numbers. We say this all the time. You have to know your ingoings and outgoings and track everything. To be a good trader, you need all these things. So this is just so simple and powerful.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just, I've got to share the screen. Sorry.
We're trying to get
when am I going to learn? Just every single time. Share screen. There we go.
It's all good. It's all good. We're here.
Okay. Now I'm just going to zero these out.
Yeah.
And just so we can explain them. Now, okay. So this is the spreadsheet that I've created. It doesn't look amazing, but it is very, very powerful if you use it right. So up here, I've written some instructions. So it's pretty basic. Fill in all the fields that have red font or has a red heading. Red heading. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense.
Everything that's in red
Everything's
writing,
in red.
that is where you have to fill out.
And also, anything that has a red heading, which I'll show you in a minute. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come to the start date. Ideally, you're going to put in a start date, ideally at the beginning of your trading week. So if you start trading on a Monday, you're going to put in your start date as that date, or Tuesday, etc. So for us, the date today is the 16th of the 4th. It is Saturday, but maybe we'll start this on the 18th, which is this coming Monday. So 18th of the 4th. Okay, so I pop that in there, and what that does is it auto-populates sort of weekly dates down the list, and it auto-populates it for 3 years ahead. So these are going to be your weekly goals, which we'll get to. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put in what's your account start amount. So if you're brand new to trading and you're just starting out, obviously that's nice and easy. You put in your start amount. Obviously,
whatever you start with, 200, 150, 500. If you've been trading for a while, you know, put in what your current balance is and then just start your new week, right? Because this is just going to spit out those numbers for you wherever you are at currently.
So account start amount, 500. Also, straight away, put in your current account balance. You will update this one daily, but obviously when you first start out, just put in what your current account balance is. So at the moment it'll be $500, and then you put in your percentage, so your targets. Now I've got the weekly target here, but I think we'll start with the daily goals. So for me, I think a good percentage target for someone who's just starting out, to be honest, you know, I know there's people that, you know, some traders, you know, are doing these higher percentages. I've heard, you know, some people doing 15, 20, even higher percentages per day.
Whatever.
But to be honest, you don't need to be aiming that high. It's about consistency and small wins over time. And I think 3%, honestly, is what a new trader should be aiming for every day.
That's 2 trades, guys. That's 2 winning trades. I feel like once you go through the academies and you understand the basics and you've been in the charts a while, you know, like 2 trades is really doable and realistic. And you'll see now, even with some losses, what that means. But I think that's a super doable and achievable goal. You know?
2 trades and you're not in the charts for hours. You find 2 great setups, you clear those, and look,
you're done.
And this is what this does. You put in your 3%, it takes your account total and it spits out your account total plus 3%. So that figure there is going to be your stop amount. If I'm up $515 on that day, I'm
So
stopping
if
for
I've
the
got
day.
my 2 winning trades, that's where I'm
Yeah.
stopping.
And it might not be this sort of spreadsheet, and the way that I do it isn't necessarily a 2 losses and you're out. It's just about hitting the figure.
As
I might,
close to
or
as
as close to,
possible.
I might win 1 trade, lose 1 trade, and then win 2 trades, and then I'm up above that. It's not about the number of trades, but 2 trades can get you there if you win them.
Yeah.
So $515. And I think the stop goal, it's always best to do your stop goal that less than what your win goal is, so that you're overall averaging higher and moving your account upwards. So 2% is what I would recommend if you're first starting out. So now you can see, if I am going to trade today, if I hit $515, I'm done for the day. And if I hit $490 in my account, I'm done for the day. So it's really simple and easy to follow. And 3% a day doesn't sound like a lot, but what I've done is this part here is it's not applicable to everybody. I've just popped this in here just to explain. Like for Gemma and I, we do 5 trading sessions a week. Okay, 5 sessions a week. And if we were aiming for our 3% a day, and if we won 5 days and lost on, if we were up 5 days and didn't lose any days, we would be up 15% for the week. Now that's phenomenal. Wow. Now I've done some weeks where I have won 5 days in a row, but it doesn't happen very often. So realistically, this probably won't happen very often at all. But if it does, that's amazing. This sort of just shows a sort of an average of what you might expect. So maybe you do 4 days you win and 1 day you lose. In that scenario, you would be up 10% for the week. Maybe you do 3 days that you've won and 2 days that you've lost. You'd still be up 5% for the week. Maybe you've done 2 days where you win and 3 days that you lost. You're still at break even. So that's pretty amazing. And all of these figures update. Like for the more experienced traders, if you want to up this, you can pop that in there and it will automatically update everything in there.
So if you're like 10%, 5%, or whatever it is, right? Everybody can, that's the awesome thing about this, is customizable for as you continue down your journey. All these numbers are going to constantly change.
Yeah, and it depends on
gives you a really good baseline.
Also, the type of trading that you're doing is going to sort of change the
different
figures that you're aiming for.
with different payouts and all of that stuff.
But this here, so some people might not trade 5 days a week, but the reason why I wanted to show you this is, for me, I'd be aiming for somewhere between these two, because that's going to be your average for the week. You're not going to win 5 days all the time, and you're not going to lose 5 days all the time. You'll probably end up somewhere around these two, and probably somewhere in between these two. But I think you want to aim high. So I would
aim for at least 5%.
I would go for at least 5% a week as my weekly goal. So there's my weekly compound goal. So I'm going to put in 5% in there. And what that does, it now takes my account total, my current balance, and it pops it in there, and it adds 5% a week. So that's our goals. And so this is like a little inbuilt compound calculator for you to help track your weekly amount. And now these are not huge numbers, and we're not aiming for massive percentages. And again, this will change over time. But just to show you that the compounding, even at 5% of $500, in 6 months, it's not much. Let's be honest, like $1,700, you've made $1,200 over 6 months. It sounds pretty horrible, but
look at the power. If you scroll down, think about when you're at the point when you're in 2 to 3 years in this.
That is really, really the key to this, is consistency over time. So if you're in 1 year, it's still only $6,000, but come down to 2 years, you've now turned $500 into $69,000, like that. And that is doable. That's super achievable.
So achievable.
And it's just, people get greedy too quickly, and they want to get it too quick. And that's what the problem is. And that's why most people
look at 3 years.
Yeah.
Look where you're at.
3 years time. 3 years time, you're almost at $1 million.
Just think about this for a second. I want you guys to process this, because $1 million in 3 years on 2 trades a day, 4 or 5 days a week, that's 4 to 5 hours worth of work. If you're only in the charts for like an hour at a time,
if even,
so for 4 to 5 hours worth of work a week to get these kind of returns, it's actually insane. Now, this is on one broker, with one style of trading,
Mm.
right? And just show the power of, like, imagine now as you're compounding that up and balancing that out, imagine now in year 2 or 3 when your account is at like 10,000. Let's just do these kind of numbers.
So
right? Like
10,000 at 5% a day. So this percentages stay exactly the same.
Super low, 2 trades.
Again, 6 months, 33,000. That's not bad. It's not bad. 1 year, 120,000. Scroll down to 3 years. This is where the top educators.
Yeah.
This is where
they get to when they're like learning to be. That's when they jump in to be educators, right?
This is what those guys are doing.
Yeah.
And this is how they're doing it. They're not doing it with crazy percentages.
So what is that?
They're not.
19.
Almost 19 million dollars. Now,
million guys.
That is the reality. Those guys didn't get there with 20% a day. They didn't, because if you are aiming for 20% a day, you might win 20% some days, but some days you might lose 40%. And some days you might be revenge trading. It's much easier to blow your account when you're going with those high percentages. So, small and steady wins the race.
Exactly.
Now, sorry, you want to say something?
No, it's fine.
But this is just the half of the spreadsheet. So
it gets better.
This shows you your trade amounts based on your account. So every day you're going to come and you're going to update your account total after your trading session. You update that one, and then it spits out your trading amount. So let's just say if you want to do zero, like I do 0.25% trades when I'm
like a demo
when I'm practicing. So so I just pop that in there, but it tells you what all your percentages are for your trades. So if you've got a $500 account,
I'll change
to 10,000. Yeah. So if you've got a $10,000 account, your 2% is 200, 300. If you've got your $500 account, it tells you what all your trades should be. So you can decide what you want to trade. For me, I like to do 2% because it allows me, with my style of trading, to do 2 rollovers, which equals 3% in a trade if I utilize a rollover. So that's what I do. But yeah, I thought that might be helpful for you guys. This is only the first half of it. The other important thing about trading is not just setting these sort of goals, but trade tracking. So if you go to the bottom of the worksheet here, there's another tab. So you switch across to trade tracking. Again, all of the titles that are in red, these are the ones that you're going to fill out yourself. Everything else will auto-populate. I've pulled these numbers through to the side here. So while you're tracking your trades, you can see what your trade amount should be, and you can also see what your daily goal should be. So if I go to there and I change my daily goal to, I don't know, 5%. You don't want to be changing your daily goal. Stick to something for a long period of time. But I'm just showing that it pulls through.
How it shows through onto the other side.
Pulls through to here, and it updates that. So as you're trading and tracking your trades, you can see, okay, now it's time to stop, or now it's time to stop. And what you're going to do, I've just put in what I track. You can actually add in your own fields in here if you want to. You can insert a new column and add some other things if you're wanting to track things like I don't know, currency strength or that sort of thing. If you're trying to hone in on a strategy and you're trying to sort of get a feel for what you're doing, you can modify it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just date, put in the time. I put in the currency pair that I used. This one here, you can actually do a little drop down. It's put or call.
Oh, that's cool.
And then for me, I actually do 3-minute trades with sometimes rollovers, up to 2 rollovers. And then in here, you're going to put in the amount that you risked. So let's just say I was doing my 3% or my 2% trades. Maybe I did a couple of rollovers. I took it to $15. So I took it $15 there, and then I do my payout. So maybe I won this trade and my payout was $24. So it will automatically populate the rest, and it'll highlight it in green if it's a win, and it'll highlight it in red if it's a loss. So now my account should be, if I started at a $500 account, I'm now at $509. And if I was going for,
your target,
your targets. So, now I'm going to switch that target back to 3% because I think that's what we should be aiming for. So there's my target, $515. I'm at 509. So I'm going to do another trade, and maybe on this trade I do a $10 trade, and let's just say I lose this one. So 0, I'll put 0, and then you can see this is the profit or loss on the trade, and this is the account total. So now I'm at 4.99, and who knows? Maybe I would have won this one, and I did a $10 trade, and I got paid. Maybe it was a 75% return, so 17.5. Now I'm at $516.50 for the day, and look at that. There's my goal. 5:15. So I stop
it all, and then see that in the notes. It's really cool too, because now you can say, I waited for the setup, or because there's going to be days where you're going to lose, and I think that's the most important part is, why did you lose? So going back and looking at your trades and being like, I entered too soon, or you know what, I just had a bad day, I shouldn't have jumped, or the markets weren't showing me what I was actually hoping for. I was just taking a trade for the sake of taking one. So it's really important for you to do your notes so you can look back and see, why did I lose, and where do I need to go and find the education or the mindset or whatever it may be that's causing these losses, right?
And Jim is right. This is a very, very powerful thing. It sounds silly, but honestly, sometimes you're losing trades because you make an instinctive split-second decision that was just a silly decision. I've done it 1,000 times. Jumped on a trade just because I feel like I wanted to get in on the trade. But it's so important to write a note about every single trade that you did. And then the next time that you come to trade, journal your trades. The next time that you come to trade, so like let's just say I did lose that one. I did a double rollover on that one, and so I would adjust this to say 3-minute trade with 2 rollovers. That cost me $15, and I won nothing. Now, I would write in here, why did I lose that trade? I would say, maybe it wasn't a perfect setup, or I jumped in when the when price was too far away from the actual entry point. So I'd make a note in there, not a great setup, something that's you're going to remember for next time. And then before I trade, the next time, I 100% before I trade again, I look at my notes. You don't want to continue to make the same mistakes over and over again for no reason. If you read your notes, then that session, you are going to aim not to make that mistake again.
I love that. So powerful.
It sounds so like simple, but
remember, we all have busy lives.
Really important.
So when you don't track this stuff, honestly, the following week you've already forgotten. Or you don't know all your numbers. You don't even know your percentages. You don't even know why you lost trade. So having it laid out like this is just making you a professional. It's giving you a leg up to really be successful, right? Because remember, our failures, our losses are just lessons. We need to figure out where these breakdowns are taking place. Is it mindset? Is it that you need more education? Is it that you need a trading buddy? Like, let's figure these things out through your notes and through your tracking, So this is just so powerful.
And so here we are. We've done our 2 trades for the day. And now we're at $516.50. So we've hit our goal. We're done for the day. What you need to do then is put in your note and then take that figure, $516.50, go back to the account balance and goals tab, and then your current account balance, you're going to update every single day. So $516.50. Once you pop that in there, it's going to automatically tell you what your next trading session, trades should be, and it's going to tell you what your next trading session goals should be, and obviously those pulls through to the other page as well. And then at the end of each week, when you've done your 5 days of trading, or your 4 days, or whatever, 3 days of trading, you're going to put in your balance at the end of the week. So let's just say this was the end of the week, and we hit we had $532 that week. I'm going to type that in there, $532 for the week. That's now going to automatically spit out your percentage for the week. Now, most people are talking percentages, so then you've got your bragging rights, and you can post in the chat. And this will continue down. So, maybe the next week, if I lost $10, $20, so maybe I'm at $510 that week, then it shows that I'm down 2.9% in total from the 530, and that'll just keep populating it all the way down. So I hope that you guys can make some use out of this.
I hope you guys are excited as what I am, because Thank you so much,
okay.
baby. I
It's okay.
know.
I've always wanted to do this for myself, and because I've done one where I have to constantly adjust it manually, but this one now is
It's all
automatic. So
pretty much, right? You just have to type in your numbers and all of this is done for you. So I just know that this was really, really amazing for us. And I know this is even better than our one because you've
I've just
updated
made this way
ours.
better.
Because when we were on our calls, everyone's like, can we have your spreadsheet? Christian was like, yeah, but it's real complicated because you have to manually drag and drop and work out stuff. So he was like, nah, I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to make it easy so that we can all utilize this.
And
So
hopefully it helps you all. I'd love to hear if you're using it. I really would love to hear if it actually helps you guys. It really helps us. So anyways, guys, we're going to post it. Where are we going to post it? We'll put it in the
MIB Elites group.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put it in there for you guys, so that you can go in there and utilize it and just share it with everybody who is in here.
Everybody in your downline, share it all around.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good night.
Amazing.
And happy Easter.